Okay, guys, we're just going to go ahead and skip the music for tonight and use the only camera in the house that's actually working. So, hold on a second, guys. Just give me just one moment. One moment. Jeez. Okay, hopefully let me just go ahead and check something really quickly on the setup here. There we go. Okay, that's good. Alright, so audio is coming through. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to go through a couple small checks. Go. Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome tonight. Tonight is a Dancast only, and there's a very good reason for that. Carl is currently right now traveling. He'll be in tonight. Tonight is Sunday, and but he's flying in. I'll be picking him up probably around 1 o'clock tonight from Hartsfield-Jackson International. Hope you guys, and that's Atlanta, that's the Atlanta airport. Hope you guys are having a great couple of weeks. We have a lot of things have been accomplished this week, and a lot of good things have happened. So I see there's a lot of questions in the chat room. Just give me just a moment. I'm still setting up a couple of things. Camera that I had that I was going to be broadcasting from our other location to show you guys some stuff as it was coming together. Unfortunately, XSplit died, and on that particular machine. Not very happy about that. It happens. And then the camera that I typically use here, for some odd reason, had intermittent issues. So I was basically going back and forth in between where I was broadcasting from to here, trying to fix this guy. So anyway, if anybody who has XSplit, some of you guys know some of the issues that typically go on with the broadcasting. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, 1 a.m. Hey, beat goes on, guys. Anywho, a lot of great things were accomplished this week. I did not go to CES this week. That is right. You guys heard that right. I did not go to CES this week, and there's a very good reason for that. A couple of really good reasons for that. Number one, David, and we have a gentleman here by the name of Yevgeny, took the van and drove it all the way cross country, and I believe they're on their way back here to Atlanta. They drove all the way out to Las Vegas for the CES show, and they had 4 machines in there. So we pretty much got to the point where it was drawing straws as to who was going to be going, who was going to be staying. Ended up that the best person to go would be Davo and Yevgeny. Yevgeny is a very bright, very talented young man who, and the reason why he got to go is because he's not from the United States. He's applied for his citizenship. He'll be getting his citizenship very soon. But he is from Belarus, and he has always wanted to see America. So that is one thing that we could not say no to. So not only did he go over there and he helped us out, he helped set up everything, and got a lot of marketing knowledge and how to use our machines when he was out there. So it was great. On top of that, Carl left on a Tuesday this past week. Gave us a couple of days before he left to get as many heads, these guys right here, as many extruder heads done as possible. Now, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, we had a total of 10 of these guys go out with him out to CES. Either 8 or 10, it's one of the two. And the reason why that's good and significant is because I think they were showing it loaded for bear. He took the laser. I'm not sure if he showed off the laser. He took a couple of the other accessories with him. Some of the new stuff that we have not shown anyone yet. I think he only showed it to certain select people. Some of the newest stuff that we have coming down the pipe, and which was relatively quiet. And thank you. Let me just go ahead and say thank you very much to David Gaipa, who kept us abreast of a lot of things as to what was going on out there. In the meantime, we finally have a good semblance as to what it is that we need to ship, book-wise, and for all the new pre-orders who are out there, where you guys are as well. So a lot of the stuff we did this week was a lot of organization and a lot of putting together, machining, filing, getting everything right for all the extruder heads. And this is just one half of the batch that's going together for all the extruder heads that we have. I'll show you a little bit more. So it's gonna be topsy-turvy. I apologize, but I want to show you guys this. So we got some more extruder heads here. We got some more extruder heads going together here, and finally we got some more extruder heads going together here. So we've been having an extruder head party, putting things together and getting things ready. So yeah, I thought you guys might enjoy seeing quite a bit of that come together. Let's see. Just so that I have a record as to who's currently on, and I should have done this from the very beginning, I do apologize. Eagle and Jay, thank you very much for joining us. Coder96, Decosted, ECD Stro, Hypertetrahedron, Yakin Kiho, Orion, X-Ray Charlie Ullman, and of course you beautiful lurkers who are out there watching us. Thank you very much. So let's see, what else came together? Well, this guy, one of you guys out there knows exactly what's going on with him, but I'll get into that in just one second. Actually, I'll tell you right now. This guy was used in order to make some of the final pieces and parts for your extruder heads. And we had to get this guy up and running to the point that we could, because some of the changes that Carl had made, which were vital to making sure that these guys were going to be extremely dependable and extremely reliable. Some of those changes to the individual pieces we already had in-house, but we just needed to make those particular cuts and changes to individual pieces on this guy here. So they got it up and running. Carl was able to get it up and running, and we got pretty much all the parts done that we needed for this batch, for this round. I think in total right now, if you count the 10 that were already loaded up in the systems in the other room, plus the 10 that Carl has, plus the I want to say, I think we did a total of 36 extras over and on top of all of that. We've got a total of 56 heads ready to go out the door. Now that may not seem like a lot in comparison to the scope of what everything's out there, but this also but the good news is that this means that we can ship out everybody's. No, I can't say that. We can't say we can ship out everything. We're still waiting on a couple of pieces and components that Carl's going to teach me how to do when he gets back in. Most notably, how to set up the motors. But once he comes back, we should be ready to rock and roll to start pushing these guys out the door immediately. So, at the very least, at the very beginning, everyone will get. I believe from last time, everyone was going to be able to get one head first, and then we'll be shipping you guys the next heads afterwards. So there you go. Oh man. So, what happened at CES this week? Well, we had a couple of gentlemen come by. I want to start off by thanking a couple of people. First, one of our Kickstarter backers. I'd love to thank him, Brian Arandes. Thank you very much if you're watching this. And if anyone needs any kind of 3D printing services out in LA or even across the United States, please give Brian Arandes a call at thingify.net. He is fantastic, and that's thingify.net. He bought 2 of our machines. We delivered 2 machines to him at CES. He had a booth there, and he was kind enough to let us set up and use his booth while he was there. So thank you first of all, thank you very much, Brian, for backing us and for working with us and allowing us to be at your booth over at CES. Secondly, I want to thank Joel and his partner over at 3D Print Life for also having and hosting us at CES this year in their booth, and for working with us to actually get us up and running when it comes to certain particular things when we were over at CES. So thank you very much, Joel. Thank you very much to you and your partners, and thank you for putting up with me and Carl and the crew. So it was it was a very good time from everything I've been reading off the emails. So let's see what else. Guys, tonight's going to be somewhat of a very short cast, unless of course you start asking questions in the chat, and I'll be going back through again here again, see what everybody has to say. Let's see. There are 2 machines in the other room, which I can show you. There you go. You have 2 systems up there, up and running. They've been printing today. Those guys are going to be going out this coming Monday. If everything in the QC sheets checks out, they'll be going out this coming Monday. On top of that, we have 3 engines that are on deck for the final QC themselves, to be finally tested with the newest hotheads that we have, and those will be going out the door as well. Then we'll get to work on the next batch and shipments. So there you go. I do want to say thank you very much to Ellen. Ellen, if you are watching, Ellen has come on and has been working with us for the past couple of weeks. Actually, it's 3 or 4 weeks now, and for the past month. And she's been helping us get organized. She's been mentoring me a little bit, which has been a big help. And we're better organized. We're getting things a lot better. We're getting a lot of things production-wise put together a lot better than what we had from before. So, X-Ray Charlie, whose systems are those that will be going out? Those 2 systems, one is yours, and the other one, which I believe is going out to the LA area. I know I saw it down on the sheet. I don't know the person's name right off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and see, based upon the code, what's currently inside of our accounting system, and then be able to pull that there. But Ken, yours is the one that's closest to the door, over on that side. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, I want to thank Sable. He came in the day before Carl was supposed to leave to go to CES, and he wired up a lot of things that we needed to have wired up. Some of the more experimental stuff he knocked out. He worked very hard on the layouts, and he also got, I know this is going to look kind of bad, but you know, see those power supplies right there? Those power supplies are going to be going into engines and systems very soon, but they needed to be rewired, and he knocked them out for us. So, which is no small feat, plus testing each one of them out. So thank you very much, Sable, for coming in and doing that. So, yes. Let's see. What's next? Besides the fans, and I know he was working on that before he left yesterday. And before this guy. Let's see. Yep. Ron, if you're watching, that one's yours. It's going out. Slidell, if you guys are watching, yours is in the other room. And Mr. Funky, if you were watching, yours is also in the other room. So, and those are the engines. Yeah. So, moving forward, just so you guys are aware, and you'll know, we have been testing and we've been running the extruder heads with the Quiet Storm attachment, as you guys can see right here. So this guy actually works quite well. We've actually had pretty darn good success when it comes to printing just about anything and everything by putting the Quiet Storm on here. And I don't have the engine, I don't have the motor mounted up here, but everybody's moving forward. It appears we'll be getting a the Quiet Storm fan attachment on the front of the guy. So, yeah. Okay, so now would be a good time to start asking those questions, and I'm going to scroll up now. So let me see what everybody else had here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, a little bit of dead air here, guys. Yep. Yeah, DeCosta, you're right. Yeah, we knew that they've got those things too. Let's see. DeCosta, to help talk about a little bit of the PLA. Um, why would they need a heated build chamber with PLA? PLA shrinks just like ABS does, from what I've seen with the stuff that we've got in house. But it does not shrink as much, from everything I've seen, as the ABS parts. But I've only done a very small amount of PLA parts. And that was PLA in black. Having the heated build chamber, which will be expiring in the upcoming years, works out to be, well, actually it produces pretty darn good parts. It really and truly does. It relaxes the part. I mean, the plastics relax evenly, and what you get off of there is going to be, the quality is second to none. So let's see. Yeah, yeah. I will say this, Megarbot, you did a wonderful job with your packaging engineers. Your machines look fantastic. There you go. Let's see. So, let's see. Okay. Yes, yes, Eagle One J. Everybody's incriminating conversations are up there too. So, there you go. Can you hold up the print head again? Yes. There you go. Oh. There you go, Powers. So, I don't have... Actually, I think I might have a motor that's not been modified. I can show you guys. This was one of the ones that didn't quite make it through the machining process. So it's going to look like this in total. Yes. Go ahead, Powers. Okay. And just so you guys know, I don't have the nozzle on the bottom end of this guy right now. So that's the next thing to do. I was getting these guys ready, putting in the RTCs and burning them in. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but the the RTC, the silicon RTV that we use, that everybody uses, when you start heating that stuff up, right around 200 degrees C, it gives off a ton of fumes until it fully cures. So, and it can make one a little loopy. So, if I seem a little loopy tonight, I do apologize. I don't mean to be or seem loopy, but yeah, I've been burning these guys in all day. Anyway, is the shaft not cooled anymore? Well, that's a very good question. On one of these guys, which, yes, I believe he took the. There's one in the other room, and I can show it to you a little bit better with the wires off. There you go. Okay. So we get up close here. All right. If you see here, Powers, and for everybody else, this part right here, this aluminum part. Oh, there you go. This aluminum part that you see in the middle here with the fins, that is what we're calling the exhaust pipe, the aluminum exhaust pipe. These fins act as a heat sink as the material comes down into are one of the another tube, and then from the tube into the fusion chamber. So all of the heat, this part right here that comes all the way around, that is actually a piece of PEEK. And anybody who knows PEEK is that it is a very, very good thermal insulator in between what we currently have from the heated area all the way up to this part right here. I can turn this guy on to, 225, 260 degrees C. Although I wouldn't advise 260. I'm sorry, 245 degrees C, and this part gets hot. The screws that you see here get hot, but I can literally hold this in my hands and my fingers like this, and I'm not going to get burned. And we found that the fan that we initially had that was on here, this guy right here, only kept this guy cool by, only cooled it down by the smallest amount. It was almost negligible. And the more and more we started looking at it, the more and more we started saying to ourselves, it's not a good enough solution to have it there. So what we did was we removed the fan. One of the things we tried was removing the exhaust pipe, that aluminum part. And we made it nothing but the tubing you see here going all the way up to the top. Now, if you guys were over at CES, you probably saw some of the heads that were there that did not have the exhaust pipe you see here, the silver part that's in the middle right here. And that's because the tubing that we had went all the way from here all the way to the center part, which you can see right there. Okay, so cooling wise, we didn't see much of an issue when we did it that way. However, when we started really pushing the temperature higher, I think we only had like one clog with the really crappy material, but we didn't like that, so we tried it again with the exhaust pipe in place with the tubing, and it worked. It worked just fine. The crappy material extruded just fine. So we said, well, there's a little bit to this, so we've kept it on. But the only time it clogged was we put the material in, pull it out, put the material in, pull it out, put the material in, and just over and over and over and over again to see if there was going to be a clog. And that clog did happen and occur. I'm not sure it's because of the cooling. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, because what it looked like to me, and you guys will see this as well sometimes, if you try to pull the filament out while the material is still too cool inside of here, but it pulls out anyway from the nozzle, you will see that bits and pieces of it may get caught in between the bearing that you have here and the motor shaft that you have there, and it kind of pinches itself off. If it's like kind of gummy and it comes out, you may get a small clog that's there that you have to go in with some tweezers and remove. That's basically what I saw when I tried it. So with all the other materials, it didn't clog like that, but the materials that like Sane Smart is a higher quality type of material, higher quality filament from what we've been using. So somewhat of a trade-off between if it was the material that was an issue or if it was something else cooling wise. So there you go. Let's see, Powers, you say, I have a print head and the fan comes on, but the software does not show that the fan is running. When it comes to the actual software on your, and that's correct, and let me explain what's going on. Inside your G-code, we have programmatically put inside of there as to when the fan's supposed to come on. In this case, there's an M code and then an S code right after that. I can't remember the M code right off the top of my head. It's kind of hard to keep all of them in straight. I think it's an M106 or a 107. And you can take a look at that. It should be in the very first 50 lines of code inside of the G-code file of whatever is created via slicer, via the slicer that we have set up with the recipes that are there. And with that guy, at 80%, with a fan like this, it does do some cooling, but you're not going to be able to see that translate over to because it overrides what's currently on the manual control screen. So if you wanted to have that put on there and have it so that it dynamically changes and shows that on the manual control screen, in fact, now that I think about it, that's actually some darn good feedback. Thank you, Powers, for that. I'll put that in. I'll submit that in as a bug request for Carl to fix on the latest version. So, yeah. Okay. Wow, I went way too long on that. I gotta stop doing that. Okay. What gives me the question? Did anyone ever come to design the intake manifold that would draw air in across the print head? Oh, yes. Yes. Drawing the arrow across the and let me explain as to what it is the Eagle 1J is asking. The idea that you can have almost a convection current, and this is something that you can't patent anyway, because you patent this, well, it would really and truly mess up a lot of other patents that are out there. Meaning, if those companies who currently hold those patents did this, wouldn't go over so well. Eagle 1J, I can only assume what you mean is having air blowing in from, like, if you're looking at the front part of the extruder head, having air blow in from one side and then pull out for the other, or having the air pull out from one side, which is what we talked about. I think it was on like the third or fourth broadcast, doing somewhat or some version of convection currents. That is completely possible, and yes, it is. But no one right now. I mean, we haven't worked on that design in, I want to say, it's been 7 months since we looked at it last. We had something that we felt worked, but then we went back to the drawing board and we wanted to make sure that it wasn't us, or was it the extruders. Come to find out, as everyone has seen the evolution of the extruders, it happened to be an issue with the extruders. So we can jump back into doing that and looking at that a little bit better. So, yeah, no active cooling. And Powers and everybody else, with this design, with the new fan that you have here, it programmatically is the same thing. So the M106 or M107S, and I think we had it like Slicer does this weird thing where it pushes in like a 178, and we're trying to make it 80%. I still haven't quite figured out how to fix that inside the G code, but I'm working on it. So I can give everyone fantastic recipes to work off of. With this guy right here, when you programmatically put that in there, the M106 or M107 code, you can have it say that after X number of layers, and this is one thing that did well in Slicer and Slick 3er. And no complaints. You did a wonderful job, Alessandro. You rocked it out. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. But when it comes to the actual program that you're going to be running there, that M107 and M106 is going to turn this guy on, and he is going to go run. And I would say a good number to use is at least 50, S50. You can go up to 100. I'm not sure. I've never ever gone really beyond 100 to see what would happen as to how much power would be pushed onto this guy. But I know that 80 is what we've been using here in the shop. But of course, here again, it's the South. And it's a little bit warmer than the rest of the United States, so a little more humid. But S50 we've seen is pretty good for people who are up in the northwest. In those areas. So 50% worth of power on your fans, I think you're going to be just fine. So, and, yeah. Let's see. Okay, here's another question. How hot of an environment can that printing head run in? If the chamber gets warm, what is the upper limit? At what point does the head start to have problems? Eagle 1J, fantastic question. Let me just go ahead and run down the list. We know that these heating elements that we have right here, they're 30-watt heaters, so ceramic, they can go up pretty high.